Hello! I'm so excited to be live today because something really exciting happened on Monday. Our planners that we have been working on for such a long time, it's been this like project I've been really excited about. I've actually wanted to do a physical planner for years. They arrived and they were just left on the side of the road, funny enough. But they arrived. Luckily, they're all fine. We checked them. They look amazing. And I'm excited to show them to you today and give one away to somebody who is here live. So we're really excited about this. We are streaming into a few different places right now, and I see all of you hopping in. Super exciting. There's a bit of a delay. So when you get in here, let me know. Are you excited to see these planners on the inside? I'm so excited to show them to you. Oh, we got a heart already. I love it. Thank you so much. Let me know where you are tuning in from. We've got all kinds of comments. You're all amazing. When I see a comment that just automatically went live that is not accurate, we're going to delete that. So if you see a comment about Educate and Rejuvenate tickets, like that is over. Sorry, the event has ended. So I should have changed that beforehand. But we had so much fun at the event. Who was at Educate and Rejuvenate last week? Did anybody join? I know a lot of you here joined us. Turkina, yay! Angela, Susan, Olive, Celeste, Lisa, Celie, Martica, Michelle, Lindsay, Tina, Olive, so many of you here. So excited. You're tuning in from all kinds of fun places like New Jersey. Facebook user said, on the side of the road, did they at least call you? No, they did not call us. And I actually find out we had a neighborhood breakfast for the 4th of July. And I found out that our neighbors across like the street were helping because I guess what happened is some of the boxes just kind of fell out and the guy was kind of overwhelmed and they came over and helped. But I'm like, why did nobody tell us? Nobody told us that they were there. Luckily, we discovered them pretty quickly because I was taking my kids to the swimming pool and they were out there. And I would have caught them then, but then a few minutes before that, we were just getting out. My husband was like, I went to get the garbages and bring them back in because it was garbage day. And he's like, and our planners are just sitting right there on the side of the road. And I was just appalled. It was kind of crazy, but we're going to make sure that next time they don't do that. Somebody asked if they're dated. They're undated, so they'll work anytime that you get them. We wanted to make sure they wouldn't like expire or whatever, which is kind of nice because then you can like, if you stop using it for a bit, they'll still work. And if I miss any comments, I apologize. I'm trying to get them all. I see so many of you here, which always makes me so excited, so happy. I love being here with you. Okay, so these planners, they arrived on the side of the road, and my kids were actually very unhappy because then I needed to load all the planners in and help my husband. And they're like, I thought we were going to the pool, and it took us like a half hour to get all the boxes just from the side of the road to our garage because there were over 100 boxes and they were 33 pounds each, and we're just like loading them in, getting them into our garage. And the kids all the while like, why aren't we going to the pool? And I'm like, I promise I'll take you to the pool when we're done. So, yeah, so that is what happened, but luckily they're all fine and they're beautiful and amazing, and I'm going to show them to you right now. I'm really, really excited, and they were fine. I'm really glad that we caught it soon though, because later that day it did rain. So I'm like, luckily it was fine. It worked out. We're going to make sure they don't do that again next time. Yeah, it was a family affair. Katie says it totally was. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. And the boxes, if those of you let me know who's seen these yet, who's seen them for the first time, who saw like a tour when I had just like the samples, and who was like, I am seeing your planners for the very first time. There are probably some of both of you on here. Let's see, Jackinita, did I say your name right? You said you're excited to hear more. Tina's seen them for the first time. Lindsay's seen them for the first time. Nicole's seen them. A lot of you are seeing them for the first time. Some of you have seen a preview. Okay, so we're going to do a full look through because they actually, for those of you who did see them before, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell as much because you saw it on a screen. I saw them in person. The printing is so much better on the final ones than on the samples. And I mean, I thought they were beautiful on the samples. I really actually didn't think they needed improvement. But then when I got it, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is so much better. Like even the blue, like the colors are just more vibrant. And some of the pages, like it's not as dark, so it's easier to write on, so it's more true to what the screen showed. They said for samples, they just kind of quickly do it. But for these are like the final things. So they come in green, blue, or pink. We've got 3 awesome colors. And it's funny, it keeps like switching, which is the top. The blue in our pre-orders was the top for pre-orders, but then on Instagram, pink won. And green is my personal favorite. So it's just like we're all over the place, but they're all beautiful. And I see blue, pink, yeah, different pink. Yeah, see different ones in the comments. Pink, looks like pink is winning so far in the comments here. Blue is school color. Pink is your favorite, Bree. Trakina loves the green. High five. There's some green ones here. Lisa says green too. Wendy says green. Okay, so what I want to show you too is, so the covers, so they come in this box. And then, oh, did I mention I'm giving one of these away here, right? I forgot to mention every comment here is an entry. So when you comment on this live, I'm actually going to add a little banner to remind everybody. Every comment here, oh, I'm not going to keep that though, because that's going to block you from seeing the planner. So never mind on that. Every comment is an entry. I'm going to give one of these away to somebody who's here live. And yeah, so that's going to be fun. And then if not, I'm going to share a way that you can get it if you like, even a way you could potentially get one as a free bonus when you join us in Wife Teacher Mommy Club. So I'll be sharing about that too. But they come in these, they're like really hard boxes. Actually, when we got the samples, the blue box, my 3-year-old walked on the box and it just got a tiny little mark in it. Like that's how like heavy these boxes are. It was like when I was laying them out to take pictures, then my 3-year-old just decided I should walk on the box. Trust me, I'm not doing that with the planners we're sending to you. It was just like the ones that I was trying to take pictures of. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you relate. We have a lot of teacher mamas here. So I just saw a question about if they're hardcover. So these are like a leather cover, very sturdy here. It's not like a flimsy one that's going to like crack or break or anything. And we asked our supplier, these are the most durable ones as far as like scratches go and everything. It's a nice pleather. So this is the blue, and they're all kind of the same material. I feel like the camera is not doing it justice. I should have plugged in my higher res camera, but I forgot. So there's stuff to do. But if you go onto Instagram, actually, if you watch my Instagram stories, the covers are shown even better on @WifeTeacherMommy on Instagram. Oh, we need to add that to our highlights. Kelsey, if you're watching, can you add those? Because they expired now. We probably need to add them to our highlights so everybody can see what I did on Insta. We did a big tour there too, but you'll get even more in depth here as far as like showing every single page. Here's the pink. Again, the box is the same. It's just pink. But here's the pink cover. And they're all the same on the inside. Nothing is different on the inside. It's just the cover. And there are 3 different ribbons. So you can like mark different places in the planner. Yeah, I just love this style of planner versus the spiral bound. And they can lay flat. That was my biggest question. I was like, can it lay flat? Yes, it can. So they're really sturdy. They can be thrown into your teacher bag. Yeah, 3 ribbons. And then there's the green. Here's the green. Again, my personal favorite. Here's the green. Also has the ribbons. There we go. They were just kind of pulled up in there. So here is the planner. Now we're going to dive into the inside. I guess I'll do the blue. I think was the most popular. So we're going to look at the blue, or was pink. I don't know. But again, like I mentioned, they're all the same on the inside. Oh, we do have people in love with the green. I'm in love with the green too. Green is pretty. Okay, they're all the same on the inside. We'll keep the green because it's my fave too. I've got a special place in my heart for this green. Okay, this is the color I'm going to use. I'm actually going to start using this planner ASAP because I'm going to finish out the planner I'm currently using. It's got like 2 weeks left. And then switching to this one. So excited. So you've got the 3 ribbons. I'm going to like really just go page by page. So here you'll get to write. And again, the blue is lighter this time. So like when you write your name and phone number, you'll actually be able to do it. Then that's just a little intro letter from me. And then here is, if you want, and anybody can do this actually, we're working on a quiz for you to like get a personalized podcast playlist. It's completely free. That's just letting people know about that. So that's where you can get like a playlist of podcast episodes that'll fit like your needs. But we'll be sharing that elsewhere. We just want people who get the planner to know. These are just kind of like what you'd expect, like intro pages that kind of show you how to use the planner. And then we've got these like big quotes, like as we divide it up, goal setting and life planning. Now, this is the thing about, quick question. Do you know where and when the giveaway winners will be announced from Educate and Rejuvenate Conference modules? I believe those were already announced, but if not, we'll make sure the team is on that ASAP. The That should be in the Facebook group. And one of them can probably comment on that. But the thing about this planner that I love that is different than basically any other teacher planner is I feel, and I want to know if you agree, I feel that most teacher planners forget this. A lot of planners, like if you just buy a personal planner to use, they have these goal setting pages. They have like life planning pages. But I feel like for teacher planners, people are just like, oh, there are so many pages that you need to include for teacher planning that they just are like, we're not going to include those. Like business planners have it, personal planners have it, but teacher planners usually don't. And I wanted to make sure that teachers have that too, because we also have goals and things we want to accomplish, right? Yeah, can you tell me? We have teachers, we have goals, things we want to do in our lives too. So this is my signature goal setting process that I taught at Educate and Rejuvenate for those of you who were there. But this planner will walk you through it. And we're actually working on a training to go with the planner that will walk you through it as well, that we'll send to everybody who has a planner once it's ready. So first we'll talk about your wins from this year. And as I taught this at Educate and Rejuvenate this year, that I think, is that better? That's a little bit better. I feel like my camera's a little grainy today, so I apologize for that. But I taught that we always want to start with our wins. We want to think about how far we're coming and kind of see the growth we've already had before we even start with our goals. Because I feel like a lot of us, tell me if you feel like you do this. We always move the goalpost of where we want to go, right? All of us at one point were like, I want to become a teacher, or I know we have some homeschool parents here. I want to homeschool my kids or whatever. And we don't recognize that at one point, even that was just a dream. That was just something we wanted to do. We needed to go get our degree and whatever and to be able to become that. And now we just ignore the fact that we even accomplished that in the first place and all the things we do. We just keep moving that goalpost and we don't take any time to celebrate or even acknowledge the things we did. We're just like, oh, well, that doesn't matter because now I need to do this. So this is where we're going to set that intention of owning our wins before we get into what we want to achieve. And then we'll write down things we want to achieve. So I have 15 of each is just what fit in this planner. Now we don't want to work on 15 things as our main goals at a time, right? So this is just like a project that we can, not a project, what is it I call it? Like a mindset thing where we can just kind of explore and kind of think about the possible things we might want to make as our main goals this year. And again, you can accomplish more than a couple things in a year, but again, we don't want to pick too many to mainly focus on, which is why from that list, we want to then pick 2 to focus on. Now, as I taught at Educate and Rejuvenate, you could potentially do like one that's teaching related, one that's personal. It's totally up to you on how you want to pick these 2. I really recommend just having your main focus be on 2 at a time. And there might be baby steps. Well, we'll talk about this. There are baby steps within each one, but kind of a 2 big end goals that we want to work on. And the questions that we go over. So see, you can even if you don't get a planner, you can learn so much about my goal setting process. The things that we ask ourselves, like, why do I want to achieve this goal? When do I plan to reach this goal? What habits do I need to reach this goal? How will I celebrate along the way? What measurable results will I achieve when I reach this goal? And how will I celebrate when I reach it? And same thing, it's the same thing here just for your other goals. So you'll break down both of them. And I really love this compared to, like, somebody even mentioned, like when I was teaching, like, oh, I like this better than SMART goals. Nothing against SMART goals, but I feel like this just really helps us kind of break down an actual plan a bit more, because here's what we do next. Next, we actually try to think about ahead of time, what is going to get in the way of reaching our goals. Like, we don't just wait for that thing to get in our way to come. We anticipate it ahead of time. So if your goal is to lose weight, for example, that's like an easy one. If that's your personal, not an easy one, an easy one to use as an example. But if that's what you're working on, you might think something that might get in my way, there's a treat and I want to eat it. There's treats in the faculty room. Or that, I don't have healthy food in my house, or that I don't feel like working out in the morning, or there's too much to do. There's not enough time. What is it that's going to get in the way? You think of all the things for each goal. And then what you do is you come up with a strategy for each of those things. So like when you say like, oh, I don't have healthy food in my house, what you come up with is, well, maybe I'm going to, on every Monday, I'm going to make a habit of, I do an online grocery order and I make sure that everything is going to be there, either delivered to my house or so I can pick it up. And that's just going to be in my intentional plan for each week, which we're also going to get into. Then instead you're kind of getting ahead of the excuse that you might make, because our brain loves to offer us excuses. So if we can come up with them ahead of time and already have an answer for our brain, this is what is going to help us. Okay, so that's that. Then this is where we kind of map that out. For example, my example about this is when I do my online grocery order. I do that every Monday or whatever. You would plug that in. This is your ideal week. This is not where you're doing your weekly planning. This is where you come up with like a general overview of what you want your weeks to look like in general. So let's say you are a teacher and you're like, these are my contract hours. So you kind of mark like what those are. You don't have to break down like what you're teaching each time. Again, this is just your ideal week. This is not your weekly planning, but you're like, if you want to fit in workouts, or you want to fit in self-care, or like things sneak up. You're like, oh, I forgot that on Tuesday my daughter has gymnastics. Well, every Tuesday your daughter has gymnastics, but you just forget about it because you didn't plan ahead or whatever. Again, I'm using that's a personal example. So but that just happens, right? Okay, I need to make sure that I know that on this day it's a little heavier with things that are like weekly things. So then you can kind of plan around it. And when you do your weekly planning, you can refer back. You could have one of your ribbons here and be like, okay, this is where I start for my week. And then we don't have the block scheduling for your week because we know like for teachers, you might need more time on some of the time periods. So this is your ideal week. I'll show you what the weekly plan pages look like. But yeah, this is for you as a whole person, not just as a teacher. Because when we say your best teacher life, we mean like you're a teacher, but you also have a life, So that is what this is all about. So that's your ideal week. And I love this quote. I personally picked out all these quotes in here. This one is from James Clear from Atomic Habits, and you probably can't see it. It says, if you get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Isn't that incredible? So cool. Okay, next is your habit tracker. We have these for 52 weeks for you to break down your goals and the habits that you need. So you write down for your goals, what are the habits you need to have? And you could also just have other habits you want to build. If they're not related to your goals, you get to pick how you use this. And we have them for the entire, not just school year, but entire calendar year. We've got 52 weeks of these. So you can track your habits. So I skipped ahead a bunch of pages because they're all the same of these habit trackers. And then this is where for your goal, you come up with a to-do list. So this is where you break down the baby steps for your goal. Because if your goal, again, I'm using the losing weight as an example. If your goal is to get to a certain weight or whatever, you might have like different weigh-ins you have here. You might have like, I'm going to finish this workout program by this date. I'm going to do this by this date or whatever. Whatever your goals are, that is what you'll have. Are there different quotes on different pages? Yes. None of the quotes are repeated. There's quotes everywhere. Here's another one. So Ed Milet, when you're in the habit of keeping promises you make with yourself, you're on the pathway to self-confidence. We're just inspiring you throughout this whole planner. Doesn't everyone want to lose weight, Cami? Yes, that's not everyone, but I mean, it's a good example that a lot of people can relate to. Someone said, if we do even half the things that are in this planner, imagine how much better we will be as humans and teachers. I can't wait. Yes. Okay, next, this is the power of positive thinking. I taught a lot about this in my day one session at Educate and Rejuvenate, about how our thoughts impact us so much. It's actually it's not the circumstances of our lives, but our thoughts that create our feelings, that drive our actions, that create our results. This is what, like, as a life coach, I specialize in. But what I put here is kind of some positive thoughts that you could like hang up or put as mantras that you can remember. Like, everything is happening for me. One that I love here, like when I think like my brain is telling me, oh my goodness, something is going wrong. There's a fire, or like my kid isn't doing what I want them to do. Nothing has gone wrong here. And you just remind yourself, oh yeah, this is exactly how it was supposed to happen. Or like the scale went up. Oh, nothing has gone wrong here. This is interesting. Like, what can I learn from this? We get curious instead of beating ourselves up. People are allowed to behave the way they want. We are allowed to react the way we want. Love is always an option. I am an incredible teacher. The world needs what I have to offer as a teacher. I am enough. What if I knew exactly what I was going to do? I love to ask myself that question when you're like, I don't know what to do. And so often as a life coach, like, take this right here. Like, this is me as a life coach telling you this, that a lot of times you might be like, I don't know what to do. And then you ask yourself, well, if you did know, then what would you do? I ask clients that and they're like, well, I don't know. I'm like, no, but tell me, if you did know, what would it be? Magically, they come up with something amazing. Every single time. Like, I've never had them not come up with something. So usually it's in there in our mind. We just kind of make that excuse of I don't know. And this is what helps us to figure it out. So instead, I can tell a life coach made this. Yes, I'm obsessed with life coaching. And I mean, I certified as a coach. So yeah, I'm a life coach. What advice would your future self give you? I like to think of our future self as just like another version of ourselves, because if you think about it, we grow and change. Like if I think of myself 10 years ago, I was a very different person than I am now. And 10 years from now, me is also going to be a very different person. So if you kind of try to think of your future self, like what would your future self tell you to do, then that can help you just kind of get a different perspective, kind of try to tap into that. And then what is something I am grateful for today? When I skipped, what is one thing that I love about myself right now? So questions and mantras, these are very helpful. And then we have a spot for you to add your own, because these are ones I came up with, but I want you to also come up with what is helpful for you. Somebody asked the size of the planner. Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's B5 is the size. I think this is like, I mean, hopefully this kind of gives a perspective. We have it listed on the page for the planner. Comes with our own life coach, Wendy said. Yeah. And again, we're going to make a training that kind of goes over all this too. It's not ready yet, but probably within the next month. I actually talked to one of the girls who was going to help me with it yesterday, actually. Then we have, again, full page quote as we get into divider sections. Now we're getting into more what you would expect in a teacher planner. So we have like that first section, and then this is like what you need to, just be a teacher. So important dates that you want to remember. Your class schedule, special schedule, any notes, class list. You've got birthdays. I just love the attention to detail of having the cute confetti on the birthdays. My designer just did that, and I was like, I'm in love with that. Communication tracker. So you keep track of that. We've got password tracker, a bunch of student checklists. I'm going to skip ahead because we've got a bunch of those for you. Because I was reading some reviews on some other planners, and people were like, we wanted more of the checklist. I'm like, okay, done. We're adding more. Year at a glance. So you can just kind of like scope and sequence of like what you're going to be teaching. But again, this is for you to use however you want. You could also you could add teaching stuff. You could add personal stuff if you want to, up to you. Then this is the monthly plan. So again, it's undated. And again, we have a new quote on every page. This one is from Wife Teacher Mommy, the podcast. Oh, so this one's me. I did quote myself a little bit, but I also quoted a lot of other people. When we actually feel our emotions, we're able to process and move on from them quickly rather than moving on and not letting them go. I firmly agree with that. I mean, I did say it, but I do agree with it. And on each monthly one, we have a to-do, and then we have important dates you want to remember. And then here's the weekly one. So we have boxes. Again, I wish my camera were a bit clearer for all of you. We got the boxes here that you can kind of decide how you want to use them. We wanted to make it very versatile. So like however you needed to use it for like your teaching blocks or whatever. Cami said, of course, you should quote yourself. That's awesome. Then in each one, we have notes. So you can like keep track of just random things. It can be to-dos, things you need to remember, whatever. And then we don't want you to forget your wins every week. I preach this and I didn't want you to forget. So we have that every single week so you can own your wins. So, and between every monthly, we have 5 weeklies just because weeks are different for every month. So we want to make sure that no matter what month it is, you have enough weeklies. And then we have a full calendar year in here for you. So technically you've got more than 52 weeks because we've got 5 weeks in between each 12 months. So you have a full calendar year in this planner. And these are all the same except for the quote is different on each one. New quote on every single weekly and every single monthly, new quote. So yeah, other than that, the layout is the same throughout the rest of it until you get to the end. And we have, what do we have? We have the grid pages and the note pages that we all love and expect in a planner. So you got the grid pages, so you can do what you want with that. And then we've got the note pages. So that is the plan. Oh, and there's a pocket here, so you can like stick stuff in there. There's the like little elastic band. So we've got that for the planner. So that is our teacher planner that we are so excited about. And we'll be giving away one of these at the end of this live. But also, and my team will message me once they have that. But also, we're also giving one to every member of Wife Teacher Mommy Club who is on the quarterly or annual plan. So a lot of people are already on this. They're already getting a planner. We're starting to ship them out next week. So on the quarterly and annual plan, you get one of these for free. And Wife Teacher Mommy Club is our membership where you get access to live coaching every single week with either me or Christy Nichols or both of us. Sometimes there's more than one call per week. And you also get access to our resources. Depending on which plan, it could be 50 resources per month on monthly, 100 per month on annual, 100 per month on quarterly, and unlimited on annual. So that is the membership. To sum it up, I'm going to show it a little bit. Sandy said the coaching is so worthwhile. Facebook user said it would help me keep organized as a teacher, wife, and mom. Cami says she's excited to be joining Wife Teacher Mommy. Yes. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the club because I believe it's the best way to get the planner, because you could buy the planner for $49.99. You can. We'll share the link to that if you want to just buy the planner. But you can also get 3 months of Wife Teacher Mommy Club plus the planner for $79.99. So that's basically like you're paying $10 a month for your first 3 months to get weekly coaching. To get, for those 3 months, you could get 300 resources that are like what you would buy from TPT. And for the planner to have a digital option. And plan for the planner to have a digital option. We have a digital planner. It's just different. This exact design, we don't have a digital one for. So let me share a little bit. Somebody said, when do prices change? So in August, when we relaunched the club, the prices are going up. And we close the doors to the club for this launch tomorrow. So tomorrow is the last day to join. I'm going to share my screen a little bit and share what the club looks like. And I'm also here to answer any questions. So what is in weekly coaching? So I'm going to show all this right now, and then I'll go over questions because I think a lot of the questions are going to be answered in here. So I'm going to add this here. So here's what the membership dashboard looks like. Here's a peek inside. So when you get in the club, this is Member Success Hub. This is where the intro videos are hosted. Here is the calendar. So I'm going to show you the calendar right now. We actually have a few more calls we need to add to the calendar this month. We don't have Chrissy's up yet. And then I came up with a few more calls I want to do during Educate and Rejuvenate. Like when we started, we did a call with our members last week where I actually went on with one of our members and completely did this goal setting process with her. And everybody got to see like her examples. We did both of her goals and people found that really helpful. So I plan on doing another call this month where we do that. On Friday, we were doing a call called Model Mastery with me. I'm doing that one. And that is where we break down the self-coaching model that we teach, which I barely touched upon in this live. It's kind of its own concept, but it's really like how our circumstances, what we think about them is what drives our feelings, actions, and results. We're really going to dive into this model. Is it too late to ask for a recap? Just got in. So I will share the planner again a little bit at the end for those who just got in. But for now, I'm going to continue this tour for now for those who have been in here. Somebody, Facebook user, so sorry I don't see your name, said, I like listening to the recorded things in the club. Cami said, it's so valuable. A teacher can be lonely, and this is a great way to be a part of your own team. Yes, and it really is a team behind you because I have a team here at Wife Teacher Mommy, and our team really becomes your team. We have me and Chrissy coaching. We have Carol and Kinsey creating resources for you. We have all the team helping with customer support and making our events like Educate and Rejuvenate. Like if you join the club, you'll instantly get all the replays to the Educate and Rejuvenate that just happened last week. So we have Model Mastery happening on Friday. We have a membership success call next Tuesday, which is where we do a more extended of what I'm doing right here tour of the club, but it's more geared towards people who are already in it, who maybe dived into it a little bit and have some questions about how to best use resources and all that. We also have on the calendar like the resources that are coming out. For example, on the 14th, our August Theme Teacher Essential Bundle is coming out, which has all kinds of checklists and a newsletter that you can send home and basically all the things. Just a couple days ago, we released July I Spy Math, July Writing Prompts, July Upper and Lower Grade Activities. I believe that was the last one. All the other months are already in there. Pretty sure, unless August is still one, but I believe that was all of them. We have another call that I'm going to do on the, what day is this? The 20th, about how to stop buffering. So buffering is what we call it when we try to avoid negative emotions by doing things like scrolling on our phones or like all the different things we do to avoid processing our emotions. We're going over that. Beginning of the year review packets. This was a huge request last year. So we have review packets for pre-K through 6 that are going to like help review everything for your students. Those are coming out on the 21st. And then on the final week of July, we have our 3-day teacher transformation with which Chrissy and I are going to be teaching. And we're really going to be diving into coaching. It's like a 3-day, like intensive. It's really fun though. And we're going to have giveaways each day, kind of like we are on this live. Cami said, can we purchase a membership for a gift for new teachers? Yes. Contact customer service and we'll be happy to help you with it. Jennifer said, I'm so excited. This club is exactly what I need. What grades would you say the club resources cover? So our resources cover pre-K through 6. So we have a pretty big range, more than a lot of TPT sellers, though we definitely don't have as much for secondary grades. There are a few things, but we have had some join us because they even just feel like the coaching alone is worth it. And I would personally agree with that because the lowest life coaching membership that I know of that doesn't include teaching resources is $59 per month. I'm in it and I love it, but we are doing coaching and resources. We just want to make this as accessible as we can. Yes, for special education, I mean, I feel like I should bring Carol on for that. Carol, are you ready? She's like nodding her head. She's one of my team members. Can you talk about SPED for a sec? Are you good on that? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Yourself on. Yeah, talk about SPED.
For sure. So the thing I love about like if you're in the club, you have access to all the grade levels that we have. And many of our products are, it'll be like the same product, but tweaked for each grade level. So a lot of them even look the same. So if you're like doing math reviews or something like our quick math reviews product, you can pull them from, I taught 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. So I could pull them from like, if I had a kid on 2nd grade level, I could pull the math review from there. If I had a kid on 5th grade level, I could pull a math review from there, but then all of them could be doing like a similar activity, but on their level. So, and that's how a lot of our products work. Like it's not just our math stuff, but lots of them.
Yes, that's perfect. So like, it's great for differentiation, which is perfect for special education, like you mentioned.
Oh yeah, or even gen ed too. Like
because we all need to differentiate now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So teaches 4s and Head Start. So we have the pre-K stuff, and you can preview these resources. If you go to wifeteachermommy.com/shop, everything that is in that shop is the resource library in Wife Teacher Mommy Club. And I'll kind of be showing that in a minute too. And we also had a question. What if you already purchased the planner and want to join the club? We are going to be sending an email to you today, and we'll send a reminder tomorrow that allows you to get just the same deal everybody else is getting. So you can apply it to a quarterly or annual membership. So we've got you covered. Because we want to make sure everybody can get that same deal. And again, even current members, if you're watching and you're on the monthly plan, but you switch to quarterly or annual, you can do that and get the planner. And then if you do annual, you also get the tumbler that says progress over perfection. It's like kind of like a Stanley. I'm not supposed to say that, but it's kind of like one. I guess they said it anyway. And then every plan, even monthly, gets this cute pencil holder all my pens are over there, but I should have put some pens in there. It looks really cute when you get the pens in there. So if you do, Lacey said, I didn't see an option for quarterly when I joined. So quarterly is newer. Depending on when you join, it might not have been an option. But if you go to switch, if you're a member right now, it'll be an option. There are steps to do that. I can show it on here too. It's one of the things I plan on showing. But there's also on the club group, I believe I pinned it to the top of the club Facebook group. I took a video of exactly how to do that if you're already a member. And we're adding more calls. Like I mentioned, there should be a call every single week. We'll probably get one for Chrissy this week since I'm doing the member success call, and a couple more calls from Chrissy. And then this 3-day teacher transformation. That is going to be a lot of fun. And being a club member is the only way to get extended access to that event. And yes, the holder made by Mr. Teacher Mommy. Yes, made by Husband Teacher Daddy. Yeah, Husband Teacher Daddy, aka my husband, is engraving all the tumblers and making all the pencil holders. He's been hard at work the past week. Let me tell you, like I should take some videos of like the stacks of pencil holders we have in there. Is there a limit of how many people can be on the call? If you're a member, you can be on the call. We make sure we have enough room for our members on the calls. Okay, so we just barely got in. Okay, let's look at coaching calls and replays. So I'm going to pull this up. So for the coaching calls, yeah, he's so supportive. Like It's been amazing. I was like, I want to do something for monthly, like, because even if people can only do monthly budget wise or whatever. And he was like, well, I can do the pencil holders. I'm like, really? Like, that's going to be a lot, but he was willing. So I appreciate that. So here we just have some intro videos you can watch. I'm not going to pull that up. We also have an Ask a Coach portal. This calendar is just the same thing, but only the coaching calls on it. That's the only difference. But here is where you can get written coaching. So if you aren't able to attend calls live, or you just don't feel comfortable coming on camera, you might eventually. We have some members who've been like, I was nervous, but I did it and it was great. Here is where you can kind of see the written coaching. So you can kind of put like what it's about, a question. Chrissy, our other coach, writes all the answers, and they're public in the sense that you can come and learn from other people's written coaching, but private in that you have no idea who posted it, right? So this is an option here. I feel like it's kind of an underutilized option because I feel like a lot of our members didn't know it was here. So we're kind of trying to remind people this is an option. Chrissy's really excited and eager to answer your questions, and she wants more of them. So that is there. Then this will just take you to our Zoom when it's time for a call. Here's where you can see coaching replays. We're actually hoping to format this in the new way we have that's like all fancy schmancy a bit more like we did for Educate and Rejuvenate. But for now, all the replays are here on this page. You can watch the video. There's a little summary of what's here. And then we have a certificate for each call. You might potentially get to turn in for credit if your school or district will accept that. Jenny said, do we get notified after a question is answered? That's a good question. I should check on that. Carol, can you note that so we can check with Shelly and make it happen if it's not currently happening, that they get notified when there's an answer? That would be, I thought so, but once you asked that, I actually realized I'm not entirely sure. What time zone are the calls? So the calls, this is the great thing about the calendar. I'll go back and show you. You can change it to your own time zone. So you can see what they are. What I've been doing typically lately is summer I've moved them earlier because a lot of people are out of school. But what I was doing for a few months, when I started doing more calls, before that, I was doing every Thursday at 5 p.m. my time. And then Chrissy's would be a bit later, earlier in the week. So that's kind of what we were doing. Hers would range a bit more. Mine was pretty consistently Thursdays at 5 p.m. But I might change it up depending on what works for people. We'll be sending out a club survey and stuff before we get into planning next year's coaching calls. So the replays are here. You can watch them. The other great thing is we have a private podcast. So you can also listen to the coaching replays on the go. And this is the thing, even if you can't ever attend live, this podcast is worth it. Like, I'm in coaching memberships, like I mentioned. I'm in one where I've attended a live call one time. I've been in it for 2 years. And yet I listen to the replays on the podcast while I'm on the go. And I learn so much just from listening to the coaching. I know you're all busy too. So I wanted to also give you that option. So we have a private podcast. Yes. So we have, and this is the confusion. So we have the main podcast, Wife, Teacher, Mommy, the podcast, that I publish an episode for free every week for everybody. I teach stuff on there because I want everybody to learn, right? So you should all go subscribe to that podcast. The Wife, Teacher, Mommy Club private podcast, every member gets sent a personalized link and you get to listen to all the replays on there. So you get to listen to the actual coaching, like people getting coached. That is not on the main podcast. And you also get all the replays from Educate and Rejuvenate in podcast form too. So it's really easy to catch up on all the content. It's great for commuting. It's great for while you're exercising or doing dishes or running kids around or driving to school. So it makes it really, really accessible. Because you can play a video in the car. It's just a lot more clunky than getting out your podcast player and hitting play on that. And it can play on most major podcast platforms. Spotify is a little wonky with it. We can help with that if you need it. Apple, it works great. Most of them, it works really great. Spotify is just a little wonky. Okay. I think that was everything on the coaching section, which is the first one here. But again, that is the coaching. Then we have the resources, which is, again, we were charging the same price for this membership when it was only the resources, which is why it's increasing in August. It's not increasing that much. It's going from, here's a little sneak peek at that. But when you are a member, You get to come in basically all the add to carts, except we've just been working on this. We're kind of working on, we're already planning next year's Educate and Rejuvenate. That is a behind the scenes product right now. We just didn't get it hidden yet. But all the add to cart buttons just become download buttons. So you can see we have, this is showing 1 to 36 of 1,248 resources. If you're on the monthly plan, you get 50 downloads per month. If you're on the quarterly plan, you get 100 downloads per month. And if you're on the annual, you immediately get access to just everything, to download whatever you want. Now you'll see a lot of these range from lots of different, like $4.99, $2, $4.99. A lot of them are more though. We've started doing smaller resources for the newer ones just because we really built out our big ones, but like we have a lot of resources that are more than that too. Like see, this is $6.99. Like our reading passages is one resource, but it's like $40 usually. So again, you're just going to come in and download things. And once you download something, it doesn't count towards your download limit again, if you have a download limit. Also, once you've been in the club for a certain period of time, we just revealed that once you've been in for a year, everybody has unlimited. So it's just for that first year. Again, that's obviously if you stay for a year, you aren't locked in. We aren't locking you into anything. We obviously just hope you'll stay. But yeah, you'll see there's like 35 plus pages right now of resources, and you can come here and you can like search, you can do who it's for parents or teachers, grade level, subjects, types of resources, if it's printable or digital or whatever, if it's editable, holidays, lots of holidays, categories, Common Core standards. You can like come and find what standards you need. So that's a way to sort through and kind of find what it is you're looking for. Yeah, so lots of, oh, I accidentally clicked on something. We're looking at Valentine's Day right now, it looks like. Or winter. Yeah, winter. Yeah, you'll see there's 3 pages of winter resources here. So yeah, that is, and if you want to take a look more, again, you can just go to wifeteachermommy.com/shop and look for yourself at all those resources. It'll just be like the shop where you buy rather than the member shop where you get to just download. So there's a lot here. So that is the resources. Then we have the club Facebook group, which is really the community. And we're starting to do a lot more in there. We're starting to have a member challenge every month. Ooh, Carol, can you find the link to the member jumpstart we're doing this month? Amber said, are you still a part of elementary or considered middle school? Oh, I think she's commenting to somebody else specifically. Yeah, so the reason we go through 6th is back when I was doing this, like started here in Utah, most elementary 6th grade was part of elementary. That has actually been changing over the last 10 years where a lot of them are pivoting to middle school. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, every month. So this month we're doing a challenge where literally all the things you do for the challenge are just using your membership, like download a resource or listen to a replay or attend a coaching call or post in the Facebook group or comment on someone else's post in the Facebook group. It's just kind of a reminder to use the resources. And then there are lots of great prizes and it's only for members. So your chances for winning are a lot greater than like something where it's open wide to everybody. We also have a member request section where, and this is where like, again, why we came out with the beginning of the year packets, because as you'll see, as soon as I open this, Cami says she's 4th and considered middle school in her district. So interesting. It's interesting how things are different places. So you'll see beginning of the year packets. We had 2020, not 2022. Wow, that would be a lot. We had 22 upvotes on that. So now they're coming out in 2 weeks. So the parent teacher conference forums, I believe that is on the list, or I can't even keep up anymore. The team is creating stuff so quickly. They're amazing. But that's either on the list or done. I can't remember. We have lots of things on here. Then you can request like if you want a certain coaching topic or if you want like certain things on the website or whatever, those are in here. And then Educate and Rejuvenate. This is where you're getting access to the past events. So if you were at Educate and Rejuvenate, if you had a general admission ticket, general admission access has ended. That ended on the 3rd. If you bought Platinum Pass, you still have access. But members also get the Platinum Pass perks. So you'll log in and you'll already see, you can come here and you can watch the summer 2023 event. We have the winter 2022 one. And for now, we're going to send like kind of a warning of summer 2022 is going to go away soon because we can't, per speaker contracts, keep everything up forever. But yeah, so you get to come in and watch all the sessions. We had some amazing amazing keynotes. For those of you who don't know, we had Joe Dombrowski, we had Christina Kuzmich, and you get to watch the replays here as a member. Oh, it scrolled down, but here we had workouts. We start the day with a workout. We had Joe, then I taught, and we had roundtables with all the presenters. We had live coaching. We did a recap. I kind of showed, this was the planner sample. The new ones look even better. Then on day 2, we had Christina. Then you also get the replay we did a bonus day just for our members. And that is in here. And then all the pre-recorded sessions, we have tons in here. You get access to all the sessions from all these amazing presenters. This was a yoga meditation. Christina, everybody loved Christina. Jenny says, loved Christina's session. Okay, I'm getting like tons of Voxers from my team. They're amazing. Voxers are walkie-talkie app we use, but I'm going to silence the pings so you don't all hear them. But yeah, so this is Educate and Rejuvenate. You'll get the longer access to that. You'll continue to have access for as long as you have a membership up to a year per the speaker contracts. Joe's will go away in 6 months per his contract. But again, you have all that time to watch them. So it's great because you're getting that platinum pass itself was $97 and you're getting that access in your membership. Will you have Christina on your podcast? I already did. It's on the podcast. So I can't remember what episode number it is. We'll have to link to that. Christina was on the podcast. She was amazing. Love her. So you can listen to that for free. And yeah, so that is the tour of the club. And then I want to share kind of how you would sign up if you are interested, kind of just go through here. So this is what it looks like. And again, I'm not going to read the whole page to you because I know we can read, right? You're all amazing readers, teachers, we're amazing. But this is kind of what it looks like, just scrolling through quick. But one thing I do want to highlight is teacher life coaching is just like tutoring, but the subject you're studying is yourself. I love that. I feel like it just explains like we're learning what's going on in our mind, in our life, and improving our lives how we can, and just like getting that awareness of what is going on, because so many of us just don't realize why things are happening the way they are. And life coaching really helps us with that. I kind of tell my story here a little bit on coaching. I also share a lot of that on the podcast. If you want to hear my story about coaching, we just replayed my initial story. It was called Why My Panic Attack Was the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. That is on Wife Teacher Mommy, the podcast. I tell the whole story there if you're interested. But this is what it looks like. Monthly deliverable. You get the teacher life coaching. This is what a ton of people, we got testimonials here. We've got the resources that you get each month. We've got the paid events. So Educate and Rejuvenate just happened, but you get all the replays, 3-day teacher transformation happening end of July. There will be a free tier for that, but it's like you have to attend live, and then there's bonus stuff for members. So it's going to be fun. And then the bonuses, if you join monthly, there's pencil holder. If you join quarterly or annually, there's the planner. And if you join annually, you also get the tumbler. So those are all the amazing just bonus perks. The club resource request, I showed you that, the Ask a Coach. We have like a guide and roadmap. We're here all along the way to make sure that you have whatever support you need. Jenny says, I think it's amazing what you built from scratch and accomplished. I applaud you. Oh, thank you, Jenny. That's so amazing. E. Kelly said, I get a great vibe from you and I have since I stumbled upon you years ago. Thank you so much. I love all of you. I love all this. And that's why we're like throwing in all these, like we know that you're teachers. We want to make sure that this investment is really worth it for you and that we over deliver on what we're promising. We have that club private podcast, and then we send a weekly update on all the new resources, all the coaching. So we kind of keep you in the know of what's going on to make sure that you aren't lost. We have that club community. What we don't have on here is that we have those monthly challenges that kind of change each month and are so fun. But yeah, we will be increasing it. This is wrong though, because I realized like, why would we make it cost more to do quarterly? Or I don't know. It's just weird here. Anyways, we're going to figure that out. But it's for sure $37 a month. I can't remember what the quarterly and annual are, but those are going up too. We have our teacher life guarantee here that if like you try all the things and you hate it, that we will give you a refund, but we've never had to use that because we just haven't needed to. The website says requested invite. Wendy, you probably found an old thing that we don't use anymore. We're trying to like get all the links to redirect. I will pop this link in the comments That was just a thing we tried back in the day. Here's the new link here. Oh, and it just went out on YouTube. Oh, wait, no, it went out on all of them. Oh, Kelsey, can you send just me the link for the July Jumpstart? So that July Jumpstart, you have to be a member to enter that. So if you're not a member, don't enter that. You won't be eligible to win any of the prizes. That's just for members. The one that Kelsey just put in the comments, but I will show you what it looks like. This is the monthly challenge. Anyways, I'll go back to that. Sorry, I got a little confused by that comment. So we have the Teacher Life Guarantee. This is kind of comparing the breakdowns of the plans. And then when you join now, you'll lock in the current pricing forever. They're going up in August, but you'll lock in the current pricing when you join now. It won't ever go up for you. You'll keep it, it'll stay the same as long as your membership is active. These are a bunch of FAQ questions, more testimonials, and then all you'll do is you'll click here. It's really easy. It's just a checkout like you've normally seen, but I'll show you because it's really cute. I love the new design. I got a new designer to design all this, and I just love how it turned out. I think it's really cute. So I'll show it off for a sec, but you just put in your payment info, all that stuff here, and it shows like the different bonuses you can get on different like tiers and whatnot. And then I'll take you to this order confirmation page where you just get to fill out a form to claim your bonuses, depending on which plan you do. And then it'll just tell you your next steps. We're going to make sure you're not lost along the way. So that is what the whole thing looks like. So, and I would love to show you that member challenge we're doing this month, but I want to see it from, hang on, here we go. I want to see it just from what you see, not the back end. So this is what we have for our members. This is a members only thing. So we have weekly challenges and prizes. This is our July Jumpstart. We're going to be giving away a free year that will be applied to somebody's membership who's in the membership. Somebody mentioned not educate, rejuvenate. Do you ever give away a free year? And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't even think about that. But we're doing it in our member giveaway right now. We just apply it to their current membership. We're giving away a binding machine, giving away a laminator, lots of fun stuff. You would just like enter your information, which it just requires us to do that. And so we can obviously enter you in. And then really what all the entries are is like attend a live coaching call, submit a question and ask a coach. Some of these are daily actions. So if you do them each day, you can get more points. Listen to the private podcast, subscribe to the regular podcast, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, take time for yourself. That's a daily action. Engage or comment in the club group, post in the club group. We want it to be a community. So we're just like really, incentivizing everyone to use their membership. We don't just want your money to have your money. We want this to be something that is worth 100 times what you're paying for it, the community, the coaching, all the things. So this is why we're going to have, it won't look like this every month. Like we kind of try to switch it up. Sometimes we do like a bingo card. Sometimes we do something else. Somebody said someone already has almost 1,000 points. That's amazing. Oh, and one-on-one coaching session. I have a calendar up for, if you get 200 points, you get access to my calendar for a one-on-one coaching session for as long as I have spots, right? So I'll try to get as many spots in there as I can. But yeah, so you'll want to try to get those points as soon as you can so you can get that calendar link. And then we have $100 of my Teacher Mommy credit, which could be applied to like a planner or to just extending your club membership. Because really, if you're a member, that's all you would need it for. Or if you're like, I want a tumbler or something, we can make that work too. If you're like on the monthly and you're like, I want the swag and you get the credit, we can totally do that. So yeah, and then we have, you just share your refer a friend link. Everybody who's in the club gets refer a friend link. And if your friend joins, you get club credit, they get a small discount. It's like a win-win. So that's another thing. The good thing about this is there are resources for every elementary grade, correct? Yes. So if you change grade levels, but you're going to be teaching in elementary, this can like move with you wherever you go. Melody said, finally got to start watching the episodes today with a car breakdown, making it later to get home from vacation to a dear friend passing. And needing to help prep and plan the church for his funeral and funeral lunch and turn a crazy busy week. Yeah. So that extended access really helps. And Melody, I'm so sorry for your loss. Sarah said, everything is laid out so nicely on the site. Love that because I loop 3-4. Sharon says she's speechless now. Awesome. Cami says the site is so organized. Yeah, we're really excited to offer all of this to you in the club. I'm really excited to see some of you on the next Zoom call. They're on Zoom, our coaching calls right now. We can see each other's faces, which is really fun. You don't have to though. You can have your camera turned off if you want. But I really love like some of the members who've been coming regularly to calls. I'm like, I feel like I know you now. Like, I mean, I do know you because I've coached you, and it's so fun. And I also love interviewing members for the podcast too. We do that. Like Trakina, who was on this live, I'm not sure if she still is, but she was on a recent episode. That was a lot of fun. Okay, I'm going to see if we have our giveaway winner though, because I have not forgotten that we're giving away a planner on this live. Okay. Oh, we have our winner. Okay, we ready for our winner of the planner? I'm gonna like remove this. We don't need this anymore. Okay. So our winner is Tammy Sweat Tyler. You have won a planner. Woohoo! So email hello@wifeteachermommy.com to claim your planner. So we're really excited for you. But again, everybody could get a planner if you join us on the quarterly or annual plan of Wife Teacher Mommy Club. You will get one. And we'll be starting to get all those ready next week. We're super excited. Also, Tina said you take resource requests and ideas from members. Yes, that's why we have that whole, I don't know if you were here for that part, but we have that whole resource request section. And the way we plan resources is based on our members. We look at two things. We look at the resource request section, and we look at what people are searching for. And with that data, we try to like make sure keywords are added on things that like we make sure the right things are coming up. And then we also like, oh, maybe we should make something more for that or whatever. So we look at those two things at what our members are looking for and what they say they want. And that is how we choose what we're making for our products. So everybody's saying congrats. How soon will new members be included? Cami, be included in what? That's what, but as soon as you join, you'll have access to all of this. You'll be able to do the jump start. You'll be able to we'll be working on the swag next week. And 2024 cruise. Celie asked about that. Yeah, so I am on the Teach Your Heart Out 2024 cruise. I'm super excited about that. Unfortunately, we can't include that in the membership because I'm not the host of it, and a cruise obviously costs a lot of money. But if you join the cruise, we give you 3 months of the club, so it can be applied to a current membership or a new membership. Wendy said 2 months free with annual membership, so 14 months. No, it's not 14 months. It's just you pay for 2 fewer months than you would if you were doing monthly. Does that make sense? So the price breakdown is less than you would pay for 12 months on the monthly plan. That was a good question. But yeah, I'm on the 2024 cruise. I'm really excited about that. We can share the link to that too. But that's what Teach Your Heart Out. Facebook users say, love how generous you are with giving. Thank you so much. Congrats to the winner. I'm hoping I didn't miss any questions here, but we will check back and make sure that we answer any just like on Facebook or whatever platform you're on. I forgot to mention that some of you might be like, wait, I'm hearing a comment and I'm not seeing it. This is streaming in a few places, so we'll make sure to check it's in the page, it's in the member group, it's in the not member group, it's like everywhere. Oh, I forgot to mention for current members how you can switch it. It's in your account. If you go to just my account and then click on change billing period, it really walks you through it. And then at the top of the Facebook group, there's information. We'll send another email. We'll do another post. If you have any questions about that, just email us and we'll help you out with that. Okay, I think I got Carol. Are you seeing anything I missed? My amazing team member, Carol, who's in the studio. And then Kelsey, who's been behind the scenes helping in the comments. Not me. We have 2 Kelseys. Every time I say that, I'm like, people are going to think I'm talking in third person. We have 2 Kelseys on the team. Okay, is there anything else I missed? Same it to our IG highlights, but I didn't hear what. Oh, okay. So I'll make sure to get that back to Kelsey. So I mentioned that on Instagram, I did some stories about the planner too. So if you want to see those, we'll get them added to our Instagram highlights shortly. And like it was when they first came in. Yeah. Okay, I don't see any other questions. I'm really excited about these planners though, and sending them next week. We're going to kind of have a party where we're like doing tons of planners because we have over 300 planners already accounted for between pre-sale and members, like current members who are already on those plans and those who have joined on those plans. So we're really, really excited to start getting these planners. July Jumpstart, when do the daily items update each day? Oh, that's a good question. I think it's just like each day they reset at midnight and it's set in Mountain Time zone. So it's probably, that would be my guess, is midnight Mountain Time. Every time it just resets each day. So let me see. I'm going to scroll through and see if there are any other questions that I missed. Yeah, I don't see any that are directly to me. I see like you have some awesome side conversations going on, which I love. I love that you're all connecting with each other too. Like that's what this is for, right? This is for community. Marie Chris said she loved this Swifty reel. Yeah. So if you go on Instagram, who here is a Taylor Swift fan? Is anybody else here a Taylor Swift fan? I'm so excited for Taylor's version coming out on Friday. And I've been kind of telling myself, like, am I counting down towards club doors closing or am I counting down to Speak Now Taylor's version? I know not all of you are Taylor Swift fans. So, but if you are, I'm very excited for that. And I did a reel with the planners to her song called Cruel Summer. It was like, it's new because the planners are new, and it's blue because one of them is blue. It's her newest single that came out 4 years ago. Very interesting story. But somebody said, yes, Speak Now is my favorite. I'm so excited for the vault tracks, and I'm so excited that she has a feature with Hayley Williams from Paramore. Like what was it, 12 years ago, 14 years, 2008, right, is when it came out? No, that was her debut. Anyways, freaking out about that there's Paramore and Taylor together. Vicky said, how do you become a member? There is a link if you go to, hang on, and wifeteachmama.com/club is supposed to direct to that, but I think it might still be going to an old one. We're trying to get everything going to the new sales page. So trying to get back to that. Here is the link again for those who need it. It should also be in the description for this video, wherever you're watching it. I linked it there. I just put the link in the comments again. So yeah, would love to see, and this is what the page should look like. So if you run into a different page, we're trying to get them all to this new one. But yeah, we have 1 day, 7 hours, 57 minutes until we close the doors for this round. And Vicky said, thank you. Okay, I think we got all the questions. Really excited about the planners. Excited we got to give another one away. And yeah, I'm just had so much fun with all of you. Thank you for being here. And we've now been live for over an hour. That's impressive. I'm impressed that 59 of you are still here. So thank you for being here. And again, our team, we are happy to answer any questions that you have about anything. Even after this live, we'll go back and check everything. So fun spending time with you, and we'll chat soon. Hopefully I'll see you on our call on Friday if you're in Wife Teacher Mommy Club. Would love to see you there. Bye.